Okay. So I'll close all these things. Okay, this looks better now. So, what I was telling is we have 4 access modifier: default, private, public, and protected. So with an example, let's go one by one. I have created one parent class and one child class. Parent class, I have given a public method, just a say hello, and it is going to print one sysout. That's all it is. From the child class, inside the child class, I've given a main and I'm creating an object of the parent class. There is no link between child and the parent. There is no extension. This is a separate class. This is a separate class. Both are residing inside the same package. Now, when I run the main program, there should not be any issue. We create an object of the parent. We call the hello method. It's telling hello. Now, inside the parent class, I decide that this method is a private method. No one should access this method. As soon as
Rajesh, I have one question here.
Yes.
In child class, you created the main entrance.
Yeah, we can have main method in any class. For that class to run individually. If I don't have a main class, I cannot run this file.
I thought parent class is the main, I thought it's main entrance.
Okay.
That means you are calling from child, right, to the parent.
Yeah. Let's not keep it child then. Main program. Okay, we should solve. Let's. I have one program as main program, and I have one class as a parent class. Or let's not have this parent itself. What can we have it? Let's have it parent itself. No issues. So we have one class. Okay. Inside this class, there is a method. I have a main program. From the main program, I'm creating an object of that class and I'm calling that method. That's all.
Okay.
Clear?
That's clear.
Yeah. Now, when I gave here public, if you noticed, there was no compilation error. It was perfect. When I change this to private, what this means is the method should not be accessed by anyone. So, but we are trying to access. So there is an error now, compilation error. It's telling the method is not visible. So what we studied here, private means it is visible only within the class. Even using an object, you cannot access it. So that is working good now. That is private. Public we saw. What is protected? Now we change as protected. The error is gone because what is the rule for protected? There are two rules. Either the class accessing should be a subclass, or the second rule is it should be in the same package. In our case, it is in the same package. The main program and the parent are in same package. That is why we are able to access it, a protected variable. Now let us say I move this somewhere else to a COM package. Now this would tell that the protected method is not visible. It should be getting that error. Yeah, we got it. It is not visible. Clear? So, or when you declare something as protected, what it means is either you be in the same package or you be my inheritance. So, if I move back to the same package, the error will go away because both are in same package. It's just that you remember you have a child and you have a ball in your house. Someone who has to use your ball, there are two conditions. Either they should be your child to use the ball, to play with the ball, they should be your child, or they should be in your house. These are the two conditions. Your child can be anywhere. If he or she is your child, he can play with the ball. He can go to other house also, other package also. So these are the two conditions. Now the first condition we saw. The second one, I am moving it again outside. It should throw an error because these are of different package and it is not visible. Now what I'll do is I'll give here extends parent class. Now the error should go away. Is not visible. Still it is not visible actually. No.
In the parent class, it's protected, Rajesh. You have to change the protected.
Oh, I have to change in. No, it is actually correct only. Parent class it is protected, and the child class is extending the parent class. So I should be able to, maybe inside the main method it is not working. I'll show you an example later. But for now, if it is in the same package, if it is protected, then either extensions will work or in the same package should work. So where do we use this access modifier is, you suppose you are writing one class, you are writing some logics. You don't want an outsider to access the logic. You don't want them to see the methods, or you are creating one internal variable. You don't want anyone outsider to use that variable. That case, you will make it as private. If you want only to be used in the subclasses, you will make it as protected. So these are some applications. When writing web application, we will be using these logics. Understood this one?
Yes.
Okay. Now let's move on to collections in Java. Okay, I'll take this. I will take new slide here. So in the previous cases, we declared something as double. Double first number equal to 1. We declared this. What this means is I am having one bucket. I am having one bucket. This bucket I will store one value alone. The value is 1. Now there always this might not be the case. What we want is we want to store a rack of like a list of values, that is shelf. We want a shelf like structure where we are storing multiple books in it. First value, second value below that, third value below that. So we usually want this kind of structure. To get this kind of structure, we have a list, array and list. Two are called the collection objects. It's called Java collections. So we have these many collection classes like array list, hash set. That's all. Okay. So I'll write here. We have a list class and a set class. We have a map class. So these are there to add multiple values and store it. In double, you cannot store more than one value, correct? I can store only one value in the double. Either it should be 1. If I don't want 1, I have to delete and 2. I want to store 1 also and 2 also. Then it becomes array or array list. We'll take one example and you'll understand. For that, I created one more package here, and I am having one main program. So what I will do, these things you can forget for now. Okay. So I create,
Rajesh,
yes,
here array, list, and collections, those are classes.
yes, I'll tell now. Array list comes from list interface. Array list is an interface. Yesterday we studied what is an interface. It's a contract. From list, we have many classes. We have array list, we have linked list, like that. So set is an interface. From set, we have hash set. We have the normal set. We have from the map, we have the hash map, linked hash map. From the set, we have tree set. So there are different implementation of these classes. We'll see one example how to use the list. So I am creating one main program. Inside the main program, I am having one more class here. I created one class, and let's not go here. I'll show first one basic thing. Okay, I have one main program. Inside the main program, I want to create an object of array list. I want to use array list. So the syntax will be, yesterday I said, right, interface object name equal to new class. Remember, from day one I am telling this.
Yes, yes.
Interface, this is the structure. You have to create an object, or it should be class object name equal to new class. These are the two things you have to always remember in Java. This is how it will be 100%. There will be no deviation at all. So we are going to use the first case here. Interface. List is an interface. You should see a purple color I. So it's an interface. C means it's a class. Okay, there are various classes starting with list. This list is a class, but it is inside a package java.awt. But we want to use a list interface inside java.util package. So interface we have written. Next is an object name. We can create it. My list name equal to new. There should be one class implementing this interface. That's an array list. Array list. How will you know what are the classes? That will be a question, right? How to know what are the classes implementing an interface? The perfect answer will be the Java documentation. You have to, the Java documentation is your single Bible to know all the stuffs. I would recommend to go only to the Java doc. Java doc. So in the meantime, we'll continue. Now there is something in the angle bracket. It comes as E, which means to this array list we have to tell what are the type of elements we are going to store into this array list. Let's say now I'm going to tell I will store double. It's a small double. We cannot store small double. We have to store big double. I'll give string for now. So what we are going to tell, I create one array list. I'll be storing list in it. I'll be storing string in it. Here list also we'll give this is called generic. The angle bracket, right? We give the type of element which we are going to store, that is called generic. I will add my list dot add first value Saturday. My list name dot add Sunday.
Rajesh, one more thing. You added import java dot util dot array list. Those are how you added those ones.
Automatically it came up in. I'll delete this. Now you go to this array list and give control space. Came up here. You click this, automatically this will add.
What's the meaning of those?
That means we once I'll show you that. and see if the documentation is opening. Okay, Oracle, Java. This array list class is inside Java folder or util folder. This is the class name. Example, we have a class, right? We created in the previous example, we created a class, parent class. Where this class is, this is inside com dot access modifier dot parent class. If you see in the main program, since it's in the same package, it is not imported. If I, let's say, move into this package in the main program, see here, com dot access modifier dot this. So whenever you see something like this in the import statement, this means the last value is the class name and all previous things are the folder name.
Okay, we are using that particular
This
package
class,
or the folder.
correct. This
That's why we are
package,
using. Okay.
yes, yes. We are using this class from this package here inside this program. That's why we have to import.
That means those are predefined or inbuilt.
Correct, correct. These are all provided by Java.
Okay.
The Angular, the array list class, we didn't write. It is already available in the util package. If I control click on this, it is opening. See the array list class file. They have written this already.
Okay.
So this is already available. Where this will be available in the JRE system library. If you see here, these many jars are already imported. When you install Java, this will automatically come.
Jar means it's a file or it's a
File.
code?
It's a file.
Okay.
These are all files which will come automatically when you install Java. When you install
Okay.
Eclipse, automatically these will be there. These are all pre-built.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is the documentation I was telling. So you have any questions in Java, like what are the methods, what is used, what are the arguments? We have to go to their documentation. And in my case, I want to know the list and array list. So java.util.array list. So I'll go to java.util. Java.util, and inside java.util we have array list here. I open up. So they have clearly written a big documentation on what it is, how the array list will work, what are the inputs, what are the different methods. I used here, if you notice, array list dot add the object, right? The object dot add of an argument. They would have given here what are the methods. There will be an add method here. See. What is add? It is expecting an input parameter and appends the specified element to the end of the list. So when I add first element in the array list, it would be added. When I add the second element, it would be added. We'll see what has been added. We'll just do a sys out.
Those are methods. The add and those
Correct.
ones are
Add or
everything are
methods.
methods.
The
Right?
add is a method
Those are
inside this
predefined methods. If you
class.
want to use, you can.
Correct.
Depends on the requirements. We have to see and we have to use it.
Exactly. That is right. So when I print the array list and see, let's see what happens. Ignore these things. See here, the two elements which I added got appended in the array list. I can add one more. And it will add to the array list. Now I'll change the array list type from string to integer. There is one reason for it. To demonstrate something, I'll do this, which means My array list should contain only integer, so it is throwing error. You are trying to add a string, but this array list can hold only integer value. So instead of string, I have to go here 4, that's an integer. Instead of string, I have to go like 2, 3, and 2. Purposely, I have given in the reverse order. Let's see. I'll print it out. The array list will store all these 3 elements and it is printing it as it is. I gave in 4, 3, and 2. It printed in 4, 3, and 2. This is the use of array list. We can add as many elements as we want. Okay, the real time use of this is, let's say, uh, you are going to capture like multiple employee information in a web page. You want to capture like 5 employees. What you will do, in the screen you will capture the 5 employees. You will add everyone's detail into the array list and you will store in the database. Clear?
Yeah, Rajesh. Rajesh, my question here, my list name dot add written 4, 3, 2. It's going to just allocate the 4 in that memory, or just it's going to add?
It will allocate. It will allocate a memory
Okay,
and it
yes.
will add. It will place the value 4 in the memory.
That's it, right? Just
That's it.
placing.
That's it.
Or it's going to, that's it, right? Okay.
Yes, yes, that's all. It is just to store the value in
Okay.
memory. That's all, temporary memory. Now, since we see that array list, I want to show one more. In the list, same like the list interface, I said we have a set interface. Now the same logic I'll copy, I'll paste it, and instead of list interface, I will use the set interface. And instead of here list name, I will use my set name. Instead of array list, I will use hash set. Hash set. Everything is same. So set, there is an error because I have to do an import. Control Shift O will automatically import. Where is the set? It is inside the util package. Okay. Why do we have two implementation? Like one is array list, another set. Set is also going to do the same thing. Just few additional features are there. If I run this, you'll know the answer. My set, I'm printing the array list. I have to print the set here. That's why I was wondering why the result is same. Okay. You see here the result. First is from the array list. Second is from the set. What did you find?
From the
Any
set, whatever the thing we add, it's going to print. If it is like array, in a ascending order, no.
correct? Exactly. That's what it is. Set will sort. When you add something to a set, it will sort the value. Array list will not sort. Automatically the set had sorted. See, I added 2 at the end. The hash set will sort. If I'm going to go 6 at the end, then automatically it's going to sort. But array list will not sort it. It will, array list is unpredictable. You cannot tell that it will go in same order and come order. It can change the order also. But set, whatever be the order you key in, it will sort and it will add into the set. So when you retrieve it, it is going to give back in an order. Now, is this clear? The difference between array list and
Yes.
set, list and set particularly. So we don't tell as array list, it is list and set. Now we have a list. These are all collection. So we have a collection. How do we retrieve an collection? So we have something called as iteration, and we have something the for loop.
Rajesh, I'm sorry to disturb. You
Sure.
are using the word collections. That means this list, set,
Everything is
and
called
everything will come
collections.
under collections.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And the collection package is in java.util. Collections. Everything is called collections.
What are the things will come under collection?
Yes. List, map, and set.
Okay.
These three come into collections.
Okay.
We saw list, we saw set. I'll show you map also in few minutes. These three are coming as collections. So to access a collection, so collection means it will have more than one value. So to access a collection, we have the for loop. So the syntax for the for loop is for, there should be something inside. So what we do is for what we have to iterate, we have to go over my set name. And when you go over my set name, you will be getting one object at a time. Temp received object. And what is the type of that object? Integer. Understood? This is how you have to read it. For you,
Could you please repeat it, Rajesh?
yeah, for we have a collection. This can be set, list, or map, whatever it is. When you have multiple values, go over the multiple values. And so let's say you have a bag, okay, bag of 10 items. What you will do, you will take one by one, correct? Using the hand, you will go inside, take the first, take the second. That order you will. So here also the program is going to go over this collection and take one object or one value at a time. So what we are telling, you take one value at a time and you place that value in a temporary variable, because for everything we need a memory to hold in, correct? So we place in a temporary variable and the data type of the variable is integer. Why integer? Because this collection is of type integer, correct? We have given that this collection will hold
You
only
are explain
integer.
about for loop, right? Okay, I got you.
Yes, for loop. If I cannot give here string, this will throw error because this collection is of type integer. You are going to store only integer. How can you receive a string? That's what it was telling. So to iterate, to retrieve the collections, this is the syntax. For the data type, temporary object name, the collection. Inside this, I will give a sysout of temp received quantity. When I run this, it is iterating one by one. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6, and it is printing. Before this, I'll show one simple example of for loop. Let's say I want to print numbers from 1 to 10. How can we do it? We can give sysout sysout 1, sysout 2, correct? Sysout 3, sysout 4. I can do this up to 10. It is going to print perfectly, but it is not an efficient way. What if I ask you to print till 1000? You cannot place thousands sysout. So we come for loop. When we need to do something repeatedly, the same work, we go for loop. So what we tell, for loop equal to 0, loop is less than or equal to 10, loop plus plus. I have to declare what loop is. So integer. So print the loop value. This is a simple for loop. If I run this, I will be printing 0 to 10. Just see if you can understand this statement. This is an example for loop. So initial value is 0. Whether initial value is less than 10, first time it will be 0. 0 is less than 10, true. It will go inside. It will print the loop. What is loop? 0. So loop is printed. Now loop will be incremented 1. This will come, this will execute after the sys out. So loop will be incremented by 1. Now what is loop? 1. 1 is less than 10, true. It will go inside, print the 1. Loop will be incremented to 2. 2 is less than 10, the same way it will go here. At one stage, it would be 10. 10 is less than or equal to 10, true. Equal to we have given. So 10 is equal to 10. It will print 10. Then 10 will be incremented as 11. Now here it goes. 11 is less than 10, false. It will come out. Clear? Any questions?
I'm good.
Okay. So this is a simple example of for loop, and using this for loop, this is called modified for loop, not the original for loop, because the original for loop will be int less than. We have three sections in the for loop. First section, initialization, a semicolon, condition, last is increment. This is how the for loop is. The original for loop structure is of three section. Initialize, test the condition, increment the initialization, the counter. But here, this is a modified for loop. We don't have that. We just take from the collection and put in an object and use the object. So this is a modified for loop. So clear so far? Now try to understand what I
Yeah.
have done here. What I have done is I created, instead of adding all these things here, I created one class as array list example, and I created one method input number, and here I am adding to the list, and I am printing the array list, and here I am using a tree set instead of a normal set. I am using a tree set.
Rajesh, now you are explaining about the preset.
No, actually what I am telling is, instead of writing, so far we wrote these programs here. I'll delete this. What I have done is I have moved this to a method here, to another class. I created one method
Mm-hmm.
as add to an
Mm-hmm.
array list. I'll take one input argument and I'm adding to the list here. There's no new concept here. Just what I'm telling is, from here I moved the logic to the new class. That's all. But you need not know this.
Okay.
Always it is the reason I'm coming to a new classes. You should always know how to create an object and pass the value to another class. That is why I continuously, because with I can create everything in a single program and show you. But practically, you should be knowing to pass the value to another class. We won't do everything in the same class. So what I did, I created one class array list example. I created one method add to list. We are expecting one variable, one value as int. Whatever comes, I'm adding to a list. Whatever comes, I'm adding to a tree set also. The same method I'm doing both. I'm just printing out the tree set and printing out the array list. That's all. So I call that method. I create a class, instance of the class. I call the method. That's all. Nothing new. If just I have moved this to a different program. That's all. So nothing
That
new
means
about
we're
it.
getting one method to another class. That's it.
Correct. That's all. Now we'll go to the third section in the collection, which is map. Okay. Maps. Maps are a bit different types of collection. The reason being, map can have a key and a value. Map is not. Till now in the collection of set or list, we saw that we can add only one value. But map, we can add two values. One is the key, other is the value. Map comes from map interface. So map object equal to new hash map. Automatically it said kv. K is key, v is value. What is the data type? I'll tell key is string. I'll have string as key and I'll have integer as value. I'll give this way. Now same way, I'll use map object dot add not dot map object dot put. You can find this in the documentation. Map object.
Rajesh, could you please share that URL?
This one, right?
The docs that were yeah, that's one.
I'll send it in chat.
Please. Thank you.
So map has a, you can see here, put. There is a method. Associate the specific value with the specified key in the map. So I'll put here Saturday. First is string, right? So I have to do Saturday, and Saturday is 7th day of the week. I'll give an integer as a value. What I will do? I'll do Monday. Monday is the 2nd day of the week. I'll do this way. So I have created a map. I have added two objects to it with the key as Saturday and value is 7. I'll try to print the map and see how it is organized inside. So map object. So Monday equal to 2, Saturday equal to 7. This is how a map is organized inside. That's how it is. So to retrieve a map, we can go with the same for loop. The for loop structure is here, but only difference will be here the my map object dot key set. We have to iterate the keys, and the key is of type string. So map has different the key set returns. See here the documentation key set map. Using the map object, you can call key set. This will return a set of all the keys. We'll see if there is any values. Here it is map dot values. If you put, it will return a collection view of the values contained in the map. So I'll give keys, and what are the keys? Cannot convert from type object to string. The reason is the map here I didn't give the type. Here also I have to give that the key will be string and value will be an integer, the data type. Okay. I'll reverse this out of the temp received object and we'll see what is happening. One extra braces come up. See here, it has printed the keys alone, all the keys. This is called key and the second value is called a value. Any questions?
Rajesh, this type where we are going to use in real example.
Um, Real scenario,
I mean,
many
I'm
places
asking the
will,
real,
yeah,
yeah.
many places will use the map. Example, you will have your name, number, address. Like that, we'll have like 100 employees in the class. We'll have everyone's details separately. We use map to put like let's say from your details, I'll take your phone number as a key. So what I'll do, I'll take one real time example. So here I'll put that 8011111. This is the number and his name is Ram. Okay. In this case, it will throw error because the key can be key. What I have given is key is string, value is integer, but I have given key is integer and value as string. So I'll reverse it. I'll tell that my key is going to be an integer and my value will be name of the employee. So it is a string. So integer and string. So my first employee phone number is this one and this is Ram. My second employee phone number is 71 something and his name is
The
Krish.
name is string, the value is key. That's what we're telling, right?
Uh,
Not the reverse.
no, this is first is key. Always first will be
Okay.
the key. The phone number is the key and value is the value. The name is the value
Okay.
in
Okay.
this case. So this phone number is belongs to Ram. This phone number belongs to Krish. Oh, what is this error? I have to give a double quotes. So in real time scenario, we'll have this kind of thing. We map the entire employee or an a student to particular unique value. The key should be unique. You should not have same key. If I do one as Ram and one also as Krish, it will override and we'll have only one value. Here it is not string anymore, it is integer because the key is an integer now. Okay, if I going to run this, you see here the array, the map has only one value. Even though we added two value, the latest value will be overridden because key should not be duplicated. Key is a unique value. You will use this when we start going into the advanced Java. Since this is a core Java, uh, it will be tough for you to link with the real world scenario and see how it is working. I understand that. But once we go to advanced Java, the collections and maps will be 99% we'll be using only collections and maps. So, and wherever you go for interview also, collections are the key because without collections, the Java world will not run. Collections are very important. You take my notes. So you have to, it is always better to practice the collections as much as you can and get the concepts clear because other things are not that much. Wherever you go, the interview questions will be in collections. When I have interviewed like lots of people, the first question I will ask is what is the list, what is a set, what is the difference between list and a set, why do we have two things when both are going to add multiple values, why do we need to have list and set? The answer will be set is a set Set will allow unique value. Set is going to order it. List will allow non-unique value. Here, one
Rajesh,
more
your
thing.
voice is breaking, or
Is it is it better now?
yeah, could you please repeat your statement?
Yeah. So what I was telling is, in interviews,
I think
I'll
your
ask
voice
what
I
is
can't
the
hear you.
difference between list and set. We saw here, right? List is going to store as it is. Set will sort. Correct. That is one difference. And
Yeah.
let's say,
Again, your voice broke.
okay, list will store as it is, and set will sort and store. Okay. Hello.
Yeah, Rajesh. Mhm.
Yeah. Is it audible now?
Yeah, it's audible. I think
Okay. So
some
what I
network
was telling
issues.
is, list will store as it is. Set is going to sort. Okay.
Yeah, please share your screen, Rajesh.
Oh, it's gone. I don't have access.
I
It's
think
it's
I think
telling.
1 second. I think someone is the host.
Can someone give me access?
Manish. Yeah, Manish is the host. Not Manish.
It's telling host disabled participant screen sharing.
Yeah. Yeah, Manisha, could you please give the Manisha is the host. Manisha, could you please give access to Rajesh? Just a second, Rajesh.
Okay.
I think I'm not sure. I can see Manisha is the host, but not sure she's listening or she's talking on mute. Just a second. Just text it in the group. Let's see.
I think she's not noticing.
Yeah.
Then okay. Then let's stop here. We'll resume tomorrow then.
All right, Rajesh. Manisha is starting something now. Okay, sure.
Not.
Rajesh, just I'm checking. Do you have class on weekends?
No, we don't have.
You don't have class
We
on
don't have.
weekends.
Saturday, Sundays we
Okay,
don't have.
that's fine. That's fine. All right, thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, could you please share this one in the
Yes, sure.
the
I'll do that.
channel? That's I'm
Okay
going
then.
to.
Yeah.
All right,
So
thank
thank you.
you.
Let's meet up tomorrow, same time. Bye bye.